Okay, so I'm actually setting up to record a podcast episode for a heavy metal detox, chemical detox, for all the stuff going on right now. So I'm going to leave this on live as I record my podcast. I'm actually going to live stream on my podcast and then save it as an episode so you can tune in and listen. But this right now is blood immune system. So I'm putting together a special set that is going to target strengthening the lungs, strengthening the spleen, and very specific heavy metal detox tones. So right now we're running a frequency set for blood immune system. And I am going to create what I'm going to do is I'm going to be recording a podcast specifically for the recent events with chemicals in the air. So I'm going to do a special for heavy metals and lung strength. And right now we're listening to blood immune system. You guys, right now is the perfect time to boost your immunity. This one's going to help clean your blood. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing tones for lungs, mucous membrane, bronchial tubes, and what else was I going to do? Spleen and blood immune system. I'm going to do all of the toxicity tones. And I'm also going to do thyroid. So what I'm about to do is I need to So for those of you that just jumped in, right now we're listening to blood immune system, but I am about to go on my podcast and create a special set. So I'm going to go live on my podcast and save it as an episode. So you can go on there and download this entire stream and replay it. So I'm going to be playing tones for heavy metals, toxicity, lungs, and spleen and blood. This is going to be essential over the next couple of weeks, especially with all the stuff going on. I'm in California, and I think that there's definitely going to be something going on here in California. I'm not going to talk about anything conspiracy theory-ish, but we all see the trails in the sky already. So this is very serious stuff, and right now we're listening to blood immune system. So I'm going to leave it on here while I get set up for my podcast. podcast. Oh, it's not on my website, but I don't know why it's not. Thanks for letting me know. I should put it on there. I don't even think it's on my link tree anymore. So I will add it to the site, and I am creating a lot of very special sets on there. How long should I listen to the frequencies? For this thing that's going on right now with the chemicals, I'm listening to them overnight, and I can feel a lot of stuff already just clearing through my system. Now, I also recently stopped smoking, so I'm also probably, clearing a lot of mucus, but it doesn't hurt to listen to them all night, every night, and as a background for while you're doing other stuff. I also suggest having your dogs listen to them. You can have them listen to the parasite cleanse and the liver, pancreas, they all help. The sounds I'm about to create a special podcast for the chemicals, yes, specifically for that. I actually just recently wrote a blog about what's going on, because this has been written about, and there's actually a movie on Netflix about this event that's going on. There's a book called White Noise, which is now a movie, and it's about a toxic event, a catastrophe in Ohio because of a train derailment. It's literally matching. It's from fiction to fact. That's what that is. So I've got a blog where I think I've written, I don't like focusing on that because then it's a lot of fear, but it's about awareness. Be aware that these things are really happening. It's kind of crazy, but this is happening in real life, and we need to do something to protect ourselves. Pineal adenoma. I'm going to focus on my heavy metal set right now because I'm going to record the detox set for my podcast, but I would listen to tones for the brow chakra and a lot of the brain tones. Okay, so I'm going to go live on my podcast, but I will stay live on here. I always get a little nervous right before I go live. about to record my podcast and do a full detox myself. How do you know if the sounds that you're listening to are not dangerous? Well, these ones, the sounds I'm listening to, are being produced from my machine. And if you haven't seen what this is a Cyma 1000. It's actually so this is the machine. It's actually an FDA device. And these are all the different things it can do. Liver, nerves, cell cleaning, muscle, literally every part of the body. You can target different parts of the body, right? The physical body using the energy paths. And it's called Cymatherapy. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be recording my show. And I'm going to flip this. So I'm going to be recording, if you're tuning in, I'm going to be recording my podcast here. And this is going to be a special stream for the recent 31%. Gosh, I need to get better chargers. Okay. So for all my podcasts, I always go live and then I save the episode. So I'm about to do a podcast for the chemicals that are being released into the environment from the you-know-what. What do I need? I think I'm good. I think I'm ready to start. Actually, I'm going to leave this on. All right. I should probably write my intro. My nose is running now from this sound, I think. All right, I'm just mentally preparing to do a live recording. This sound is for blood immune system, and you can go to cymatones.com or my Linktree link is in the bio, so you can listen to them on your own. I'm about to record a podcast. The podcast is free, and you can download and replay it. So if you don't want to subscribe, I appreciate those that do, because this is what I do. But if you don't want to subscribe, I definitely recommend you getting this episode that I'm about to do, sending it to as many people as you can, especially if they are in that area that's being targeted by these recent train of unfortunate events. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, and I didn't write down which tones I'm going to do. You know, you can recommend to your grandson the podcast. It's called The Human Rays, and there's 6 different podcasts on there that he can already listen to and he would benefit from. I actually have a full stream on my podcast for alopecia. So I'm going to go ahead and start, because the longer I hold off, the more nervous I'm getting. So it's called The Human Rays. All right. And you can also tune in live to my podcast. It's called The Human Rays. It's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google and all that. All right. All right, ready to start? And here we go. Hello and welcome to the Human Rays podcast, Love, Light, and Logic. This is Bianca, your host, going to be sharing a few special tones for you today. This is in light of some recent events that we're not going to spend too much talking about because that really promotes a lot of fear. But basically the gist of it is I'm going to run through some frequencies that are going to be for strengthening your respiratory system, strengthening your immune system, cleaning out your blood, and it's also going to help promote a vascular strength. So we're going to do some circulation tones, etc. I'm not going to go into how this works. I highly recommend watching the first episode where it talks about vibrational therapy and how sound causes vibrations, which causes a cellular restructuring. That's what we're doing. We are changing our body with sound waves. So I'm going to go ahead and start. And this is going to be, all you need to do is really tune in and listen. I recommend adding vibration. There's a couple vibration speakers I suggest. But again, that is not necessary. What is best while you're listening to these frequencies, however, is that at the back of your mind, I want you to visualize the best version of yourself, your desired outcome. Because the back of your mind, think of it as an active vision board. The universe is always listening, it's always paying attention, and it's always going to reflect what it is you are having it reflect in your head. So I'm going to go ahead and begin this first tone. It's called Aura Distortion. And the reason why I'm starting with this is the recent events with the chemicals being sprayed in the air. It's traumatic. It's traumatic to people that are being forced out of their homes. And this is basically, it's like structured chaos. And it seems like there's structure, but really nobody really knows what's going on. Okay, so what I do know for sure is that we can strengthen our immune system and not be affected by these things that are happening in our environment. So this first one again is Aura Distortion, and this is specifically for eliminating the frequencies of trauma, both physical, emotional, mental, spiritual trauma. So we're going to go ahead and start, and again, we're going to listen for about 4 to 5 minutes each, and I encourage you to be in a state of peace and calm, seated somewhere where you're really not doing too much. You can listen to these frequencies while you're working out, while you're gardening or whatever. But if you are doing very specific tones for specific healing, I would suggest you be in a meditative state. So we're going to go ahead and start. Again, this is Aura Distortion. This is for clearing physical and mental and emotional trauma. up is a frequency set for clearing blockages in your meridian system. This is energy blockages. So before we listen to tones for the organs, I like to listen to the tone to clear the path first. We're going to jump right into the toxicity tones. There's actually 7 different tones. First one, here we go. of toxicity tones. Next up, another set of toxicity tones. another set of detox tones. Set of detox tones. next up is a frequency set called Toxic Metal. So this one is for targeting heavy metals. Here we go. That one was Heavy Metal Detox. Now the next set of detox tones I want to talk about real quick, and it's actually called dental toxicity, which is really interesting because if you've watched any of my other videos, I talk about how the teeth are really just end caps to all our organs. So the root in your tooth doesn't belong to the tooth. It's actually a root to the organs. So the next two tones, which are for dental toxicity, think of it as clearing the set of organs, because that's what it's targeting. All our teeth are connected to the rest of our body. So first one, here we go. the next set of dental toxicity tones. Again, every tooth is related to an organ. In fact, not just one. It's directly correlated to an organ and then indirectly related to 3 or 4 organs or systems of the body. So definitely think twice about getting any teeth removed. Next up, we're going to play tones for the spleen immune system. The spleen is what generates fresh blood. So something that really I didn't know too much about and I'm still learning about, but the spleen is a pretty important part of your body along with every single organ and every single tooth. So here is the spleen immune system, which is promoting the strengthening of the spleen and its processing. All right, I'm going to follow that up with blood immune system. This is going to promote your circulation and spleen process as well. play the tones for the liver, you guys. This is one of the the largest organ next to your skin. Not only does it help process toxins out of your body, it does like 300 other things. So, and I don't know what it all does, but it does a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to listen to this and include it here with this special set for a chemical detox. That was tones for the liver. I'm going to go ahead and play a tone for cell cleaning. Again, we are running a special set that is going to promote a detox, natural detox. Your body is always cleaning itself, and what we're doing is we are inviting the frequencies that is making it work better, work closer in alignment to the frequency that is of perfect health or perfect spleen or perfect liver. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and play tone. Again, this one's called cell cleaning, and this is all your cells. Every single cell is going to be resonating to a cleaner version of itself. alkalinity balance. This is going to promote the natural balancing of acidity and alkalinity in your cells. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream with something called Etheric Body. This is the energy body. This is going to strengthen your masculine and feminine body, which makes up your entire Merkaba body, which is your, think of this as your light body, the vibrational field that really supports the structure of your physical body. So this is going to help with aligning that entire piece, all of us. To end our session for this chemical detox. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for sharing this episode. Thank you for listening, and thank you for healing. And while we're on the topic of chemical detox and detox in general, I don't know if you've seen a video I have on my YouTube channel about the use of red onions, sliced red onions on the bottom of your feet. It's gonna smell funny. You're gonna get used to it. It's going to help draw the toxins out through the soles of your feet. So take 2 slices, put them on the base of your feet, cover them up with socks, go to sleep. Now the rest of the onions you can actually chop up and put in a bowl beside your bed. So I am actually weaning myself off of regularly eating garlic and onion and only using them for very specific remedies, because that's what they are. They're remedies. And I think when we ingest too much of it, it's countering what we are doing, which is balancing our health. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. This set is definitely recommended for everyone in the vicinity of the recent events of the train derailments. But again, this is a detox. If you've got sky above you and you see the chemtrails spraying these new clouds out of the plains, this will also benefit you as well. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Check out Simatones.com, where you can get more information, where you can subscribe, listen to these frequencies on your own overnight as much as you want. They work well with humans and animals. They actually, I think, work a little better with animals, because sometimes what we may be preventing the healing with what our belief, our prior belief. So in the back of your mind, it always helps to visualize the best version of yourself, the healthiest version of yourself, the desired outcome. So again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys soon. I just finished. All right, hold on a second.
I'm gonna go order.
Okay.
Do you want?
Sure, give me one
chicken?
order, please. Yes, chicken, please.
One order comes with two.
Okay, perfect.
Chips or fries? Which one do you want?
All right, so I just finished that live. Thank you guys for tuning in. I was not able to listen to or to respond to questions because I was recording, and I'm going to upload this as an entire episode on my podcast. So you can listen to that podcast, you can download it and replay it as often as you'd like. Again, this is sound therapy. Sound waves, they are promoting a vibration in your body, and you're literally restructuring your cells. And the neat thing about it is we're made of water, and water has memory. So the reason why I don't listen to it for too long is you don't have to. It's actually in my guidebook here, in my instruction manual. It recommends about 3 to 5 minutes. So I have these sound clips are set to 10 minutes each, and there's very special sessions. And if you don't want to subscribe to Simatones Drive, that's totally fine. You can listen to them on my podcast, which is what I was recording. So I'm going to finish that up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, Simatones.com. That's where all this stuff is. One more thing before I forget. I also have a book which explains the name of my account, Activate Your Pineal Gland, which in the back talks about my podcast, The Human Rays. But what this is, it's an introduction to your energy body. It gives very specific meditation techniques, tips for your entire being, starting with your brain, because that literally is the controller. So your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, they work together so that the rest of your organs know what to do. They coordinate, they manage. Otherwise, the other organs, they're working, they're functioning, but they're chaotic. Structured chaos, which is literally what's happening right now with these train derailments, which is why I recorded this podcast. And I need to get that uploaded, so I appreciate you all for being here. I'm going to get that uploaded. You can record it here probably within the next 10 minutes. So thank you for checking out Simatones.com. That's where I blog. That's where the subscription is, my book, etc. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning. I saw a bunch of you sharing my stuff. Again, this is for you. This is for all of us. This is for all of our healing. So thank you for sharing.